welcome to the second review of the evening. Up this time is Sneaky Rat. Push mirrors, open gates, avoid the cat, and get the cheese. Help the rat get the cheese in Sneaky Rat. A rat-loathing cat is watching you from above, waiting to pounce on any rodent it sees. In this Sokoban-esque puzzler, move the mirrors and boxes located in each level to block the light paths. Then reach the cheese without being seen to win. Can you beat all 50 levels and become the sneakiest rat? No, so it's a Sokoban-alike. Like, okay, not as overplayed as, say, a Metroidvania or a roguelike, but we've certainly seen our fair share of these.
Mm-hmm.
At the very least, this has a bit more going on than, just push the boxes, because it's push the light beams. So it's combining.
You're pushing the boxes into the light beams.
Right. You know what I mean.
Yeah. And there is another failure mode they didn't mention. If you shoot the beam of light onto the cheese, it destroys it.
That's not how cheese works.
I'm aware.
I'm guessing that's some very hot light?
Possibly.
But, these are two fairly well-established puzzle types. Brought together like, well, I don't want to say chocolate and peanut butter. Like, I'm trying to think of something far more boring. I guess crackers and salt?
Probably.
No. Drywall and interior stability?
Walls and paint? I don't know.
Yeah. Anyway, so we got this for the Nintendo Switch, so over to Petty for the details, such as they are.
Yep. So, as you can kind of tell, this has a very Game Boy aesthetic. Like, if this was in green scale, as I like to call it, you could probably told me this was a Game Boy game, and I'd believe you.
I'm like, this game probably would have been more interesting on the Game Boy.
Probably.
Just how they would have gotten that light, the light refraction to work on a Game Boy.
Yeah.
Oh, it would just be a different tile texture that...
True.
You wouldn't get the nice overlapping thing from where it comes in, but...
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, the controls are a little stiff because you can't hold the button, and there's a few frames of delay before you can move again. Like, you're probably stopping for maybe 5 frames, which doesn't seem like a whole lot, but when you're trying to get to the other side of the map, it's kind of a pain. As far as gameplay, it's a Sokoban-alike. You can do the thing, move the blocks into the beams, and then, oh look, you get the cheese. There is a rewind system. There is a full-on restart level. Obviously, if the cat catches you by stepping into the light, or if you destroy the cheese, then you're restarting the level. I have not found any other, death states. There is no other sort of traps, like mouse traps or anything like that I've seen so far. I've been like halfway through the game. So it seems to mostly, if not all, be various types of lighting. Some of them are just like above light, like this one where it shoots on a particular tile that has a mirror on it. There are some that the light is from a crystal that comes out in 4 directions, which is an interesting mechanic. All the where the beam goes depends on where the mirror is facing and how it hits it. So if you put the right mirror in a spot, you can actually just stop the beam entirely, or you can make the beam come back and just hit you like that. Whenever you push a block, you take the spot where that block was essentially quote unquote standing. So if there's a beam where that block was, if that push doesn't move the beam as well, you will be in the beam and you will lose and have to start over. You can only move one mirror at a time. And yeah, as far as I can tell, some of the puzzles are kind of cool. Like this one I'm doing right now, you actually can't just take the mirror and just push it to the other side because the way the mirror is pointing, it'll point right back at you. So you actually need to take it around, take one of them around. Crap, mess that up. And then you can just do it that way. Which
I see this game also has a rewind.
There is a one move undo that you can just keep spamming till the beginning of the level, and there is a full one button restart level, or you can just get caught and it will restart the level too. I guess it depends how much you want to see the you lose animation. And yeah, the pixel art's pretty alright. It definitely looks like something that would probably have been on the GBA, maybe the Game Boy if this was Grayovision or Greenovision rather. There is a colorblind mode, which either they're doing something with colors later on, or it's just there. Yeah, turning it on just adds more green.
Now it looks like it's actually in green scale.
Yeah. But there's more red and stuff going on here, which, I mean, cool. The music is, I think there's like one track in the game, other than maybe like some tiny jingles, beat a level, lose a level, so on. What are we looking at price-wise?
$5.99.
There's not a demo, is there?
Don't think on Switch.
All right.
I mean, it is worth noting that that's carrying some heavy console tax here.
Oh.
because on PC, it's another one of these games that originated on PC, Steam, what have you, and got ported to consoles later. Yeah, we're getting the Radalikia inflation because this is $1.99 on Steam.
Oh yeah, if you have the opportunity to get the Steam version, go with that. But as far as the console version, there's nothing Switch exclusive enough to make me want to get the Switch version, if that makes any sense.
I get you.
Especially with this is simple enough that even if you want to remote play on your phone for the mobile experience, it would be fine on there because there's enough input delay that even with like buffering from your phone, it would be fine. Um, also, I think most of at least the later puzzles, I think have one solution. Some of the like earlier ones you can kind of mess around with, but eventually you're gonna start getting to single solution puzzles, which, I mean, to each their own.
I mean, it kind of has to be that way.
Yeah.
Given what's on display here.
Right.
Like, I can't imagine, Sokoban and, light angles would have all that many solutions to them.
Right.
Not together.
Indeed. It's just something to make note of,
Uh-huh.
And yeah, I think that's it from me, unless you guys have any questions or comments.
Nope.
I think I'm good.
Alrighty then.
All right, so that'll about do it for Sneaky Rat here. Be sure to tune in after the break as the Galix reviews Dross.